Hello, gamers. I'm going to... First, let me tweet that I'm live. I'm live playing DMZ with DG. Dan is currently like 3 minutes away from finishing a Vampire Survivors run, which is great because that means that I downloaded the game last night. I cleared up another 60 gigs on the SSD. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. I deleted Windows. Is that a big thing? Is that important? So I'm booting the game. It's probably going to be a little loud, or possibly the loudest thing you've ever heard. Because I think this is one of those games where when it starts, it goes like... Respawn Entertainment, Doom, Zoom, Raven Software, Bungie Entertainment, Speed Tree. Wait, hold on. I got a hard question for Daniel right out of the gate here. Why is it called DMZ when it appears that the zone is heavily militarized? Every bit of gameplay I've seen of this, which is some total of about 90 seconds, is just people getting shot constantly by military-grade weapons. Make it make sense, Bungie. Hold on. You must accept the terms, the 42-page terms of the agreement. This agreement is subject to binding arbitration and a waiver of class action rights. Welcome to Activision's 28-page privacy policy. Holy cow, its update requires a restart. Restart now. I downloaded the game last night. I had to download another update this morning, and then I booted the game and there's an update. Dude, I be accepting end user license agreements like crazy. I ain't reading all that. Honestly, the court proceedings probably take like about as long to go through as it does to read the 42-page document in the first place. So why would I bother reading the terms of service when I could instead just get like a judge to read it to me inside of a courtroom? Make it make sense. Listening to NL with Claire de Lune in the background. Wait, but did you look at Mr. Tortilla's comment today? I haven't seen it yet. Don't spoil it for me, please. New day. Had a good day. Had a good day at school. Yes, I did. My music teacher let me play first clarinet. Dun 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 dum ba dum ba dum Claire dun 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 dum dun dum Claire de Lune dun dum dun dum dun dum Claude Debussy dun 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 dum. Woohoo! What's your favorite song with a yoo-hoo in it? I would say for me, it's probably the Hamster Dance. Song 2 by Blur. That's a better answer. I'm just gonna level with you. But I'm a Hamster Dance guy. That's like my daughter's favorite playlist. First, we play Istanbul, Not Constantinople by They Might Be Giants, and then we go straight into the Hamster Dance. She knows all the words. Actually, that's not true. She knows half of the words. She knows dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-do-do, dee-da-dee-dee-do, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. But then there's like, in the middle of the song, they go like, come on, everybody, get everybody, get do. So we do the hamster dance. Yeah! Sorry. Any crazy frog in there? I'm so crazy that he's just like a frog to me, honestly. How was the Peloton today? It was pretty good. It was like a 502 kilojoule, 45-minute Emma Lovewell classic rock ride. Dude, we're running out of 45-minute rides. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. When you start to hear that I am doing 45-minute EDM and like acid house rides, please check on me. I'm gonna have to start doing a 30 and a 15. But the problem is that like half of the fucking, like the 30s start with like a 7-minute warm-up, and then the 15s start with like a 3-minute warm-up. So now you got a 45-minute workout, but it's a quarter of it is warm-up, and then the animals are leaving, and you get the idea. Hey, I'm just curious, if I want to play DMZ, what do I play? Because I have two options here. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2.0, all new Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 available now, or Call of Duty Warzone Caldera. How does somebody play this? I don't know, I can't see anything. Well, that's because I don't know what to click on, because it might take me 12 hours to load this, dude. I don't know. So it's Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2.0. Play all new Modern Warfare and Warzone 2.0 available now. You're launching into Warzone 2.0. Okay. Like, if you're like 22, I actually feel a little bit bad for you. Games didn't used to be like this. They also used to not be free, which is, it makes me feel like a boomer to say. But like, the menus in games used to actually just be very sensible. You used to boot up a game and it would have like 4 options. It would be like play, options menu, sound test, where you could, for whatever reason, just play sound effects on demand. Please verify your date of birth to continue. Bitch, I'm old. I'm old enough to party. 27 gigabytes required. Okay, listen, I got to apologize to Dan. Bro, you're not gonna believe this. I downloaded Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, updated it, booted it, clicked on Warzone, and now it's downloading another 27 gigabytes. It's only gonna take like 7 minutes. I'm steaming. This is the future of gaming. Download a 50 gigabyte game. The 50 gigabyte game boots a menu that then allows you to click on the game you want to download, that then downloads for 27 gigabytes. It's actually like make it make sense. It didn't used to be like this, man. The modern AAA gaming experience is so fucked up. Like, no offense, can't you just make the game look a little bit worse? Who cares? It's gonna, like, even if it looks amazing now, in like a year and a half, you're gonna look back and be like, this looks like shit. So why even bother making it look good now? It's gonna be old as dirt one day anyway. GPU driver version does not meet the recommended. Would you like to continue? Yeah, sure, I'll continue. I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. Update. Warzone 2.0 needs to be patched. Blizzard update agent. Okay, go ahead. Okay, now the patch is done. That's the 5th patch that I've installed for Warzone. And I didn't even have the game installed. So why the hell didn't it just download it in one click? It doesn't make any sense. It's like ordering something on DoorDash and like your tacos arrive and then like they're like, oh, you want salsa? Okay, wait 20 minutes. Oh, and now you want napkins? Okay, wait another 15 minutes. Like, why don't you just bring all the shit in the same bag? Poindexter? This is the last AAA game I'm ever gonna play. This is this is insanity. Oh, sorry, I gotta accept another end user license agreement. The 46-page one that I accepted before was only for the launcher. Now I got to accept a 17-page terms of service, privacy policy. Okay, I've acknowledged the privacy policy. Sure, we finally got to cranking up the brightness. Okay, headphone bias, I don't care. Would you like to import your settings from Call of Duty Modern Warfare? I thought this was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Microphone mode, push to talk plus disabled. Sure, that's me right there. Not now. Notice, update requires restart. Notice, update requires restart. I'm gonna go through the damn roof. This is madness. So then I clicked restart, and it's like, you can't restart because you're still playing the game. And I'm like, yeah, it's because you won't close, you stupid motherfucker. Why'd you make me boot the game just to turn it off? Okay, here it's finally loading. Holy cow. Waiting for networking. Okay, that's a new error message. Fantastic. Waiting for data centers. I missed the part where that's my problem. You know, I blame myself because Dan was like, make sure you download the game. And I was gonna ask, like, do I need to like boot it in order to get it to be ready to go for tomorrow? Like, do I need to go through any other steps? But then I thought, surely, I don't want to watch the cutscene, man. You keep erasing my volume settings every time I boot up the game. The volume settings reset. Please tell me that I just skipped it's an unskippable cutscene. Okay. Sorry, brother. I'm on an unskippable cutscene. This is actually driving me crazy. They call it AAA because when you boot it up, it goes, ah, that's me yelling. You know what the worst thing the thing that's driving me the most crazy right now? My shaders optimization was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then as soon as the cutscene started, it's frozen at 11%. It's like I have I want to play the game. I can't play the game because I can't get the shaders optimized, but I can't get the fucking shaders optimized because you have to watch the fucking cutscene. Can I walk you through what my life has been like since downloading this game?
Yeah.
Okay, download the game, 70 gigs, no big deal. Who cares, right? Free the 70 gigs on my SSD. Think that that's good enough because I'm an idiot apparently. Then I boot up the game and it's like, do you want to play Modern Warfare 2 Warzone, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone, or do you want to play Warzone Caldera? And I'm like, I don't know what any of this means. Chat walks me through it. They say you want to play Modern Warfare 2 Warzone, not Warzone Caldera. Warzone Caldera is old Warzone. Okay, so I click on Modern Warfare 2 Warzone. It says, hey, just so you know, that 70 gigs you downloaded was just the scaffolding that allows you to download the 30 gigabytes for Call of Duty Warzone 2. Okay, so I go, that's fine, 30 gigs, no big deal. Boot it up, and then it says, hey, I know we just had you boot up the game, but now that you've booted it up and accepted the end user license agreement, we need to restart. So I close the game, reopen it, it starts optimizing shaders, it's ticking up like crazy, then it stalls because I have to watch a 5-minute unskippable cutscene where a bunch of like private military contractors are like, you know, bombing a field hospital or something like that. I can't even I can't play the game because I don't have optimized shaders, but I can't get my shaders optimized because I've got an unskippable cutscene showing me the game that I can't play right now after I downloaded 100 gigabytes just to get the thing to work in the first place. Don't even get me started on that. I haven't even played the game. I've downloaded 5 patches. How does that happen? It's like when you order DoorDash, if they brought everything like one at a time as it was ready. Here's your napkins, here's your spoon, here's your soy sauce, you know? Like, oh, the food? Yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry about that. First, you got to optimize your shaders.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we get he is back? Ryan Gary. I haven't heard one of those rants in a very long time.
I'm not even done yet because now I'm in the game and I can't see anything because it's just like, do you want to buy the battle pass? By the way, here's the Paul Pogba operator bundle. Do you want to play as a Premier League midfielder? Do you want the Messi bundle? Do you want the Neymar Jr. operator bundle? Right? This is crazy, dude. Yeah, let's play some DMZ. But are we playing Warzone 2.0 DMZ beta, or are we playing the other DMZ that's just DMZ beta? What's hot? DMZ beta, and then down here, Modern Warfare 2 games, Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 DMZ beta. I'm not even just putting this on for entertainment purposes. This is the most convoluted menu I've ever seen in a AAA video game. Do you know how stupid the average person is that plays these games? How are they supposed to figure out where to get to? This is crazy.
I mean, for once, I think that you've nailed the sentiment. I think it's world renowned that this UI is a little bit minkus.
I don't say this again just for laughter. It's the worst UI I've ever seen in my life. Like, Chad might think I'm putting on airs here, okay? Check this. I'm not saying I could make it better, but I also don't work, you know, in UI. Okay, so like first, this is what happens when you boot up the game, okay? So it's like unlock up to 14 operators. Haven't even played the game yet to this point. Scroll down once. Okay, now there's DMZ. DMZ's in beta, that's fine. Warzone Cup, have no idea what it is. Shipment, I can't even, it's on the main menu, but I can't buy it because I haven't purchased it. We can play Battle Royale quads. Okay, not that bad. Then we scroll down a little bit more. What the heck is Modern Warfare FC, Pogba bundle, Messi bundle, Neymar bundle? Then we scroll down a little bit more. Games. What did we have up here before? Oh, what's hot? Okay, so now we're down in games. There's Modern Warfare 2. Is that what I don't understand. Is that what I'm playing right now? That's what I booted up. Then there's Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 DMZ beta. Which is, what's the difference between that and DMZ beta up here? And then there's Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 Battle Royale. What's the difference between that and Modern Warfare 2? And then you scroll down and there's legacy games and you got another Call of Duty Modern Warfare in there. And then you got Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I don't even know what the hell that is. Or you got Call of Duty Vanguard. I thought that was like an anti-cheat or something.
I'm gonna ask you one question.
Yeah.
How was your Sam Yo ride this morning?
It was actually, I mean, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I got yesterday's demons out on the bike, and now I gotta wait till tomorrow to get the demons from this morning out. I think I'm in.
Okay.
Honest question.
Yes.
Did you like face scan yourself?
No, why?
Is that your guy or my guy? Chat, is this him or me? Because
that's your guy. My guy, you would immediately say something that we've been saying back in the Warzone days.
If I spawn in, look at my face, it's actually you. I actually it was the first time I was impressed with the game, which was I thought that you face scanned yourself and it actually worked, instead of making your head look like a light bulb or something.
No. Do you see my character?
Let me see. I think it's just instantiate. Yes, I see. Okay, you gotta know. Let him know who you're repping.
Let him know who you're repping.
Wait, do you see my character though?
I saw a face of him with goggles on.
Once we get in, you could take a look.
So, John, who works for Mutineers, did send me a skin pack for you. I Discorded it to you, but it's okay.
Listen, I intend.
I get it. You got enough going on.
Don't make me find. I got to Google Activision Battle.net launcher, where to redeem code, how to get the Mutineers gear to instantiate on my character.
Chat, that is not me, chat.
Is there anything I can do to make it more visible? Like if I hit tab, will I open my inventory? Can I take my mask off or something?
No, I don't know if that's me.
I think it looks like you if you were like in the desert for 8 months and living on MREs and stuff like that. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why do they call it DMZ when the zone is clearly militarized? The zone is clearly MZ'd.
Well, I was gonna ask you. Can you first grade me what DMZ means? Because I just know there's one gulp in between North and South gulp.
Yes.
Which means you can't go there.
Well, you can go there as like a tourist. But,
you can?
Yeah, but if you step foot onto the DMZ, it'll probably become an MZ pretty fast, is what I understand at least.
Wait, so you can go there as a tourist?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Well, because it's like a once in Oh, never mind. I'm insane at gaming still. It's a once in a lifetime, like vacation, I guess, or destination. Like, where else are you gonna go to a place where there's like still a long-standing war between two countries on Earth and just like take a photo with a guard that's not allowed to smile?
Yeah, that wouldn't be on my bucket list personally.
I think it's definitely unique. Let's put it that way. I didn't go when I was in Korea, but I should have gone when I was in Korea.
Really? You would go?
It's like probably the #1 thing to do in South Korea. Like not on a daily basis, but like, if you're there for a vacation or something like that.
And so like, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but is there like just an area where people don't go? And like, I'm just coming up with random colors. Like there's a blue side and a red side and they're just sitting there with guns pointed at each other.
Yeah, more or less.
And you want to go visit?
I think it's it's living history. Let's put it that way.
So let me ask this: has anyone done like you watch like your favorite Toronto Blue Jays game and someone runs on the field,
right.
And do they do that in there? To get
has
a
anyone
selfie
ever tried to rush the? Whoa! Has anyone ever tried to rush the DMZ?
Yes.
I think there's a lot of like defection from North Korea to South Korea, but it doesn't take place in the DMZ because it's like heavily watched.
Got it.
My understanding is that they, go to. Oh, sorry about that, cheesecake. My understanding is they go to China and then they like cross they cross into China and then take like an airplane to South Korea.
Got it. And let me rephrase. I wasn't talking about for
political. You were just like, wouldn't it be funny if they?
Yeah. I wonder if anyone's ever done that. Probably. You probably don't survive something like that.
Yeah, I'd say you definitely. Like just in North Korea, occasionally just like kidnaps and like lobotomizes a tourist to begin with for things that are much smaller than that. So my personal advice is I would not try it.
Okay. That's good. It was, a little PSA for chat. But speaking of vacations, you are an official cruiser now. Like you're not a one cruise Marty. You are a cruiser.
Are you suggesting that I'm wearing a Disney cruise shirt as we speak right now? A
are you
Bahama
actually?
Button all the way up to the top. Yes, I am.
What like when you go to the cruise gift shop?
Right.
Is it just a plethora of options, or is it like this is this tour's specific cruise shirt? You don't want to miss out. You can never get this one again.
They do stuff like that, but not to that extent. Like I don't think they make a new shirt for every cruise, but they like mix it up in the gift shop every time. So there's definitely like some artificial scarcity, like you know, if you don't get it now, you may never get it again. Not to mention, like, you know, some of those Mickey Mouse plushes, if you don't go to the gift shop on day one and get your Alaskan Mickey, you might not be getting it because they're not restocking in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico.
I got you. So since I can't see you, can you describe what the shirt looks like?
I would say it's dark blue with some simulated stitching, and the stitching is like it's white and navy blue, and then it has cruise ships and tropical flowers on it, and there's Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Goofy wearing sailors' outfits.
So, do you wear that out in public?
Yes, it's like my number 3 shirt right now. It's in the 3rd position. You just No, I took it. It's okay.
Do people like stop and say, "Oh, I love the shirt"?
No, but I love the shirt.
Good for you.
It's extremely comfortable.
Hey, two plate.
What? Do you hear this guy?
Yeah, he's telling you to 2 plate.
What does that mean?
In the
Means
locker,
that-
there's 2 plate.
In the locker, there's 2 plates. Okay.
I know I asked you this last time, but isn't there like a Disney badge on your cruise room door now that like it's like a prestige badge, like in Call of Duty?
We do. I think like we got a free lanyard and a free backpack this time that said like, you know,
Ooh.
and they do, and it says like, welcome to the Disney Castaway Club. But then they do stuff like when they talk to you when you're in the Castaway Club, they don't say like hello, they say welcome home. Like there's pseudo subtle sort of like I don't even know how to describe it. But they basically are trying to brainwash you, and you're like,
It's a
dude,
secret language.
it is, but being brainwashed has never felt so pleasant.
Wait, so if we were both on the same cruise and we walked in, they would say, "Hello, Daniel," and to you, they would say, "Welcome home, Ryan."
Right? They wouldn't even give you the time of day, honestly. I mean, at first cruise, you're not even in the Castaway Club yet. They would be like, why are we wasting our time with this bozo?
Is there an emblem on your door that signifies that you're like that guy?
Some people get them. We did not have one, but I did have a magnet on my door that said, "We're celebrating my 34th birthday."
Speaking of wasting 45 minutes of your life, Dwarf, I feel like you're gonna give Dwarf Fortress a try.
I don't think so.
No?
No, I know myself. I think I believe that it's probably a great game. It's one of those things where like I'm learning to ignore everybody a lot more than I ever have before in my life. My personal prediction is that it's one of those games like RimWorld, like Crusader Kings, etc., where people are like, "Oh, it would be so pog to see you play it," and then nobody watches it at all. People like show up and type like, "This is so much fun," and then they go watch somebody else do something that's more entertaining.
Yeah, I think you got to be cut from a certain bag of tea to enjoy that game. You know what I mean? Not enjoy it, but to enjoy watching it. Because I think in a different world, I think I would enjoy playing it, but not streaming it.
That's the thing. Like I think it's probably, if I had more free time, if I was 22 and childless, that would probably be a good way to waste like 6 hours a day. But the present place in my life, especially whenever people are like, "Hey, you should jump into this game that's been around. I've been playing it for 12 years. Can you jump into this game that just came out on Steam so I can backseat you for?" I gotta mute this guy, dude. I can't handle this. I can't handle the breathing.
Oh, I didn't even hear him.
Really?
Yeah, I must be just numb to it.
He's going like. I didn't take a gun.
It's okay. We'll get you one. Wait, this guy, you're dunking on this guy. This guy's Canadian.
How do you know?
Look at his arm.
Oh.
There's 6 vehicles.
Hey, where in Canada are you from?
I'm not in Canada. I'm in New York.
Oh, he's K Kona. Ryan, never mind.
That's all right. I stand with New York. Hey, can you kill somebody so I can take their gun?
He's a rocket launcher. Let me know. I gotta blow up 6 cars.
This guy is just talking. He's just
got
talking.
I can hear him. He's got to blow up 6 vehicles.
Oh, you got a gun, so you're good.
Honestly, I might be one of the best players this game has ever seen.
Let him know who you're repping.
Do you have a gun? I just saw your
I do.
fist being out.
Yeah, I came. So I got a dangly thing on mine. This is so you get like one gun. Woo! Get back in there.
Oh, that's brutal, dude.
Back to the ghoulie. All right. That's a great. That was nice.
I love bots, dude. It's so funny. I'm sorry.
You hear this guy?
I keep getting interrupted by John Special Forces over here.
I got the stronghold key card.
Okay, they're at the
Guys
strong.
wanna go in?
Okay. 10-4.
Do it, I got the key card.
So like you'll play through the whole campaign. How has
Right
it
here
been
on the
doing
side
well on?
door.
This guy is just talking.
I
About
know, right? It's so rude.
Oh, this isn't even the stronghold.
Hey, we're streaming right now. If you don't mind. You think you'll play through the whole campaign on Twitch?
Yeah, the numbers are
Different
really
scope
not
around
great,
Stronghold.
but it's I'm probably gonna do it anyway because I'm probably a third of the way through. I know I could just power it up and finish it.
I watched like 5 minutes of you. It was a lot of talking, and then they unveiled what I assumed to be your character because it didn't look like the other characters.
I am a bald man with a gold choker. I can't take
And
the
horn,
choker
right?
off. Well, I'm wearing and horns, yeah, but
Yeah.
I only have the horns within battle. Here's real dudes over there. Oh! What a shot. Anyway, I'm also wearing a shirt that says, "I'm gonna make you my witch."
Is that a real team?
That's a real team. Okay, we should maybe dial.
I'm going to hide.
He's better than me. Did you see that 200-meter shot though, Chad? Holy cow!
I'm right in front of you. I just got downed.
Oh, okay. One sec. Let me ice this fool. I'm good.
Oh, it's okay.
I should have rezzed. That's a real guy. He tore.
Yeah, real
Squad
guy.
eliminated. Dude, just an honest assessment. No disrespect to our teammate. If you're gonna talk that much about the game, you gotta be better than that. I'm used to playing with Apollo. We can be singing 1980s songs 24/7, and he's still getting like 7 kills a game and covering us. And occasionally he's like, "Shut up," and I'm like, "Okay, now it's time to get serious."
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
You know, like if you take like Under the Sea and if you change the lyrics to be about like about, you know, your daughter, you know, like they like that kind of stuff. Did you just get run over?
Yeah, I got
gotcha.
freaking creamed. I'm dead though. Like
I
oh,
think I can shock
hold on.
paddle you.
I'm pleading enemy squads to join them. Oh, look at this.
Is it just make sure the car's not coming for me?
Yeah, it's getting our other guy right now. You're still okay.
No, he's coming for me.
Oh,
Hurry,
he's
get him.
coming. He's coming. He's
No,
coming.
no,
He's
no.
coming. He's oh, he turned. He turned. Oh,
All right.
oh, dude. That's why I was I couldn't help but laugh at how I got killed. He pancaked me.
Are you at the point? Do you watch stuff with your daughter, or does she watch like stuff that?
Oh!
You got us both.
No, I jumped over it somehow. Take one of those. Is that you?
I'm down. I'm down.
I got you. Oh, uh-oh. Are they coming?
I don't know. I can't see. That sounds like they're coming.
Oh, they missed. They missed.
Hurry up!
They missed again.
Nice save. Get in. Get inside. Get inside.
I can't believe that worked.
Nice save. Cowards.
I disabled the vehicle. Rush him.
Rush him.
JLTV destroyed.
Oh, nice. Where are they? Trying to ping them?
I don't see him.
I wonder if they're all dead.
I got eyes left side.
Okay, I'm watching right.
Throwing grenade.
Oh, was that you?
That was
You
me.
threw
That was me. I think it was a smoke grenade.
I threw one too in there. Sweeping clear. I think you killed them all.
No, I didn't get any any dopamine. His car sounds like he needs some Imodium.
What's in there?
Ooh, key to a South Zaya scientist apartment. Hey, check this out. There's an $8,000 something in here. Maybe it's just
take
cash.
it.
No, please. I may never boot this up again.
I think if this came out in Unity, in Unity's heyday, I think we'd play this.
I think it's just like it reminds me, and you're gonna hate this comparison, but it reminds me a little bit of like Payday, where I'm like, at some point, or you know, actually a better comparison, it reminds me of Call of Duty Zombies, where a lot of people are into it, but when I've shot like my 10,000th AI player, I'm like, or AI character, I'm like, I'm just so burned out. Like just that for 45 minutes straight is just it's mind numbing for me a little bit.
But the real players in here doesn't give you a little bit of boost of adrenaline.
I think it does give you a little bit of a boost, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the knowing that I could kill or be killed by a real player was what keeps me in right now.
Do you tip on carryout?
I do. Can I tell you something? I think this would have steamed you up for sure. I got takeout from my daughter's favorite restaurant.
Okay. You don't tell me the restaurant. What kind of food?
It's pasta.
So you're getting pasta?
Yeah, and the dude goes, "Okay, here's your order," and he hands me the. Oh, I love the rat, the worm at the end. He hands me the bag, and then he hands me the card reader, and I go to press OK, and then he goes, "Oh wait, I forgot something," and then I watch him like X out the order, and then start the process again, but hit 10% on the tip option, and then hand it back to me. I just ate it. I was like, I'm not gonna cause a fuss here because I know I'm gonna be back here anyway because it's my kid's favorite restaurant. But I think a lot of people would have put up a real stink for sure.
So if there was no recompense, not recompense, but like if you were never going back to that restaurant,
yeah,
what would IRL Ryan have said?
I probably would have just eaten it still. But then I would have like lit him up on Google reviews or something.
I mean, let me ask you, if he would have handed you, said that, would you like to leave a tip, sir? You probably would have left more than 10%.
I always tip on carryout. Yeah, and this is like, I don't want to make myself look like too much of a hero, but especially ever since the pandemic, I was like, restaurants are getting bent over the barrel here, and my business did just fine during the pandemic, so I consider it like a little surplus, like maybe today you, tomorrow me. But then for them to just assume and put the tip on top of it, I thought it was a little bit, I don't even know how to describe it. Garish, a little garish.
I feel the same. Like I felt like before the pandemic, I don't feel like I ever felt compelled to tip on takeout because I just didn't. But then after, I'm like, there was like a huge social shift of like, all right, like I don't know, I felt like pressure, but I'm like, oh, like I kind of felt the same way. I'm like, look, if this restaurant survived, it's like, all right, let me make sure they survive the next one.
Yeah, and also like tipping discourse is so weird. Like the way I see it is it's disingenuous to tip eating in and not tip eating out, because like I don't pay for them to bring the plate to my table. It's like, oh, all the stuff you did in the back and then putting it on the window to send, and then the bing bing and the bing bing and then bringing it out and then stuff like that stuff is not the reason I tip, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. The reason I tip is just because tipping is what you do. It's not, which is messed up in and of itself, but I tip because of social convention. It's not like, oh, I only tip if I sat in a booth. If I had to take it out and eat it in my car like a scumbag, then you don't deserve my tip. I consider that to be like jumping through intellectual hoops. I think there's some cognitive dissonance there.
Well, here's what me and Jack got into a little bit of a disagreement. People are like, tips aren't commission. I'm like, yes, it is, because I go, if you were a server and I asked you, hey, is the salmon or the steak, what's better? I'm like, do most servers automatically recommend what's more expensive? Because I would think, because they're on commission. And chat's like, no, tips aren't commission. I'm like, what? They are. Because
you assumed that they would be like an agent of the restaurant trying to funnel you towards something a little more expensive.
Because, like, say that salmon's 20 and the steak's 40, their tip is going to be higher on the steak, and I get it.
True.
So that's why I'm like, because I asked the waitress yesterday, I'm like, which of these two are better? I would just, in my head, I'm like, she's going to say what's more expensive.
And what did she say?
I don't know. I went with something other than the two she recommended.
Oh, you're one of those guys? Hey, what's better, the steak or the salmon? I'd say the steak. All right, I'll have the chicken marsala, please.
No, I always ask, if I go to a new restaurant, I'm like, what is your number one best thing? And if you don't give me like one answer, if you give me, well, it depends on what you're in the mood for, then I don't go with what they recommend. I just want like, yeah.
I never feel like a server is trying to upsell me on food, but I feel like there are things that a server can do to make the bill bigger. The easiest one is to just come around and be like, would you like a refill on that? If they ask me 6 times, one of those 6 times, I'm gonna be like, you know what, sure.
I'm with you.
Toss another $17 pint of Bud Light onto the bill. That would
You know
hit
what,
the spot.
to me, the golden standard of a great waiter or waitress is, and it's also, I'm like not picky at all, like I'm easygoing, but if I'm having like my 2 hours a week, not to be sad, but if I'm on my date night away from kids for the week and I'm in an in-depth conversation with my wife and you interrupt and be like, hey, would you like some jalapeno poppers? I'm just like, I internally, I hit him with the Ryan Gary. I don't do it out loud, but the server that walks by sees us in an in-depth conversation, walks by, I see them walk by, I give them a nod. I'm like, okay, your tip just went through the moon, you know?
But I feel like, you know what's crazy is that you would think that would be, because I feel the same way. Like the less I'm bothered, the happier I am. But there are a lot of people who are like, oh, my water has been almost out for 3 times the waitress walked by our table. She's not getting a tip. Like there's people that want to be like doted on at the Olive Garden, hand and foot for whatever reason. Hey, check this out.
Deploying decoy.
Oh, you gotta hit a button now, I think. That's cool, right?
It's pretty neat. Dude, it looks real. I would fall for that for sure.
Yeah. Oh, we got a guy right here. Just pinged him. He's on the roof. He's about to get sniped. Oh, you piece.
I'm ready. Can you lean in Warzone?
Yeah, I think it's one of the 5 mouse buttons.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
It is one of the 5 mouse buttons. You're right.
Dude, I was a button click away. Oh, there, you see him? You got a sniper or no? Ooh, do you see him?
I just see his little head.
Stand still, you piece.
Check your Discord messages, man. Check your Discord messages. You know you want to. You know you want to.
I just need him to take one step back. Come on. You're like Bradley Cooper.
He didn't fall for my decoy either. Maybe he didn't see it.
I think like I never boxed, but I wrestled for like half a semester in middle school. And I remember being like, oh, this is going to be easy. And I got into one match and like halfway through the first round, it was like the most exasperating thing I'd ever done. Because like you're fighting, every inch of your being is like fighting for your life. And then at one practice, it turned into pandemonium. I don't know why. Like normally we had 2 coaches and one of the coaches wasn't there. And I swear it was like a prison break. I started swinging. I got knocked over and a kid like used my head as like a lever. I'll never forget this, to get to like one of the biggest kids in class. So he took his like rubber and like scraped my face. And after that,
oh my God.
I was like, I'm done. I'm done with wrestling. But ever started fighting, I don't remember why. But probably something to do with wrestling, you know?
Dude,
someone got slammed hard.
Apparently this is like a really common story, but in 9th grade, our school had a fight club. And I remember like, it was like, I was not in high school when Fight Club came out. I was in like 5th grade. So this is like reasonably past it. But like kids would just like at lunchtime, they would just go walk like to this park that was like 5 minutes away from school and just beat the crap out of each other. I remember being like, you know, this is totally normal because this is my first year of high school. Maybe it's just a thing that happens. Then one day my parents were like, hey, we heard about that fight club at the school. You better not be a part of it. And I was like, this just got serious. Wait a minute.
Would you go to and watch, or you just heard about it?
I would just eat my sandwich in the cafeteria. I didn't care to see anybody hit or be hit.
So the kids would just like march off and
Yeah, and just beat the crap out of each other like outside the baseball diamond. Honestly, in hindsight, I wish I at least went to watch. Yeah. I don't care to get involved, but I would love to see some fists get thrown at lunchtime. That's more entertaining than anything else we were doing.
I mean, I'm hesitant to tell this story on stream because I don't want anyone to do it. I think I might have told you once, but in middle school at lunchtime, kids would go into the bathroom. It's like Minkus now. I was wise enough not to do it, and I would get scared, but like I'd like laugh scare because some of my buddies would do it. They would take a deep breath and like hold their breath. You know what I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, then like punch him in the windpipe or something, right?
No. And then someone would like, I don't want to say it because I don't want anyone to do it, but like they would make the person like go limp.
Yeah, pass out.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I'd never really seen anyone pass out before, and it just turned into like a rag doll. And then they would come back, like when they came back, they would look confused and then just start laughing. But I'm like, I know that's like super, super dangerous, but like in middle school, like they didn't know any different.
Yeah.
But then I stopped going because I got scared. That's the kind of kid I was like, I'd watch something once. I think it's like semi-funny because I was scared, and then I just wouldn't do it again. Were you part of any? You were part of the chess club. Were you at any sports teams? Basketball? I heard the jumping jack story.
I was on the trivia team in 12th grade. I don't want to brag. Malf will vouch for this. When we went to our trivia meet, the competition, the teacher was like, okay, everyone's going to rotate every game so everyone gets a chance to play, except Ryan, you're going to be on the team every round. Hey, dude, I still remember that compliment like every day.
Did you win the provincials or
No,
whatever?
we went like 0-4 in the regionals. Like,
why?
I don't want to like cast shade on anybody, but the rest of the team wasn't pulling their damn weight.
Couldn't you just tell them the answers?
No, because like some of the rounds that you play, like everybody takes a turn answering questions. So it would be like, I remember there was one that was like, okay, everybody has to take a turn answering questions. We're gonna name like 3 professional athletes. You name the team that they played for, and I nailed mine. And I remember that my friend, they were like Maurice Richard, Jean Beliveau, and like some other extremely famous Montreal Canadiens player. And I'm looking this dude dead in the eyes, and he goes, Detroit Red Wings. And right there, I was like, it's over. We got no shot, dude.
I don't like that format. I like team-based, and then you consult, and you're like, all right, here's our answer. We're locking it in together. Because then you may be good at chemistry, and they may be good at obscure TV. But you work together.
They had us playing soccer where the whole team matters. And I think it would have been better if it was basketball, where if you had like 2 good players, you could just run the table. Oh, dude, right here.
Just feed them the ball. Gotcha. What about yours as a viewer? I don't feel like you didn't tweet yours out.
No, because I don't want people to get their feelings hurt. Like, here's the thing. A lot of...
how are they going to get their feelings hurt?
Well, like... Because it'll be like, oh, you watch this person instead of this person. But
the people that get their feelings hurt are the ones that were on your trivia team that weren't carrying their weight. All right. Well, Ryan, Gary, I mean, I'm sure I'll talk to you in the DMs, but if not, have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas, man. It was fun.
To you as well. To you and yours.
All right, Ryan, Gary, I'll talk to you soon.
Later,
buddy.
And refund. No, I can't bear to uninstall Call of Duty because if we play it again, I don't want to download the extra 100 gigabytes. Apollo, I know you're here. Let me just slash marker this real quick. YouTube doesn't need to hear this for a 3rd time. Let me give you my workflow here, Apollo. Last night, I know that Call of Duty's big. I know I'm going to play it with Dan tomorrow, which is now passed. So I am a smart streamer, and I said, I'll click download. So I downloaded 57 gigabytes Call of Duty. I load Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It presents 2 buttons. Two buttons on an otherwise incomprehensible menu. It says, do you want to play Warzone Caldera? I have no idea what it is. Or do you want to play Modern Warfare Warzone 2.0? And I go, I want to play DMZ, so I don't know what the hell this even is. So I asked Chad, and Chad says, you got to click on Modern Warfare Warzone 2.0, not Caldera. So then I click on that, and it's like, oh, update required. 30 gigabytes. So I say, oh, sorry, Dan, I downloaded the game, but the game has another game to download within it. So the 30 gigs downloaded, then I boot up Modern Warfare 2 Warzone 2.0, and then it goes accept the end user license agreement, and then it goes you have to restart in order for it to work, and then I boot it up one more time, and then it makes me watch an unskippable cutscene which pauses the shaders that it's downloading, and you can't play the game until the shaders are downloaded. So I'm sitting there going like, ah! What happened to when you just bought the disc at the store and you put it into your Dreamcast and it just worked? Be boomer. I mean, true, but like, I mean, if you guys, the thing is, everybody's like boomer, but then I say like, oh, do you like it? And they're like, no, it fucking sucks. So you're the boomer too, shithead. Just because I'm older than you by like 6 months doesn't mean I'm wrong. We agree on the same things. Plus, I bet your HDL cholesterol is like so much more fucked than mine. So shut the fuck up. Save a spot for me in the damn cemetery. I take that bet any day. Hold on. I'm gonna go find you here. Home Skizzle. First off, you got Izzle in your name. Your profile picture is Teddy Roosevelt. Account created 2010. You're older than I am, Grandpa. That's crazy. I can't believe I got ageism from someone who created their account in 2010. Teddy Roosevelt profile photo? Were you a big fan of the national park system? No wonder you would take the bet. You're like the exact age demographic that spends their retirement in the casino. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, sorry, I'm cooling down now. I'm cooling down. Have you acknowledged Trump's NFTs yet? I'm glad that he could kickstart the next bull run. Bull run. But before we get started, I have to know what blockchain is it on? What blockchain is he using for the Trump 2024 NFTs? He's using Polygon. Trump on Polygon. What is the sentences you would never hear in 2015? I don't know. That's a joke about politics and NFTs and games journalism. What do you think's more hated right now? NFTs or AI art? I feel like if right now NFTs are less hated but more pitied. They were very hated when they were selling JPEGs for $70,000 plus. Now it's more sort of, it's a pitiable thing. AI art is pogging up and people are like mad, which is true. It makes sense. People are mad at AI art. Oh, they're mad at AI art, brother. You gotta read the darn room. Have you seen Chat AI GPT-3? Yeah, I would say approximately 10,000 times against my will. Check it out. I asked Chat GPT-3 to make me an Aaron Sorkin script. I don't even read the real Aaron Sorkin script. You think I'm gonna click on an image that is 9 paragraphs of text and be like, wow, that is a reasonable facsimile to an Aaron Sorkin script? I wouldn't read that shit hard copy in front of my damn face. Go back to posting your Wordle streaks, okay? It squeaks as a Koopa. Okay, it's pretty good. It's a classic. I wonder, what was the last emote I really added? It's just so much easier to add better Twitch TV emotes than to like make your own emotes. What do you think about that, Apollo? I was surprised, honestly, you have Keck W. Because a lot of my most used emotes, it's sad because he used to be like my Twitch emote ambassador. I used to be like, hey, Apollo, what do they mean when they say fish mole? And he'd be like, I don't know, it's just a fish. And I'd be like, peepoG. Now I go into his chat and I'm like, Sporkle, clueless. Hey, Apollo, will you play ... space pause champ? But I'm just typing emotes that he doesn't even have, but I keep using them. Meanwhile, the exact opposite of this side of the spectrum is Chibli, where I go into his chat and I just type normally, but like half of the normal words in the English dictionary are emotes now. So at first I'm just typing a sentence, and then when I hit enter, it auto-populates with like 9 different emojis in it, like I'm 75 years old, or I'm tweeting like share. Actually, Jay, I know you're here. It happens in your chat all the time. I type, oh no, it's Chibli's chat when I type what, and then I'm like, what was that? And then it sends, it's like a yellow M&M holding his head going, what? And then it just says, was that? Like it's so embarrassing every time. I have an honest question for people that were alive in the 1910s. Were people really wearing a stocking cap to bed? Why would you wear a hat to bed way back in the day? I guess that's true. It was colder back in the day, but only like 2 degrees. I guess they didn't have all the heating amenities that we have these days too. That's fair enough. But it's weird to me that people are like, oh, like wearing a hat to bed is okay, but wearing socks to bed is like where I draw the line. Whereas for me, I'm like, dude, I'm not saying I would be committed to doing either, but I think both of them are a little scuffed. If anything, I'll be an Elden nut. If anything, I don't sleep with socks, but there have been times where like I've fallen asleep with socks on, and when I wake up, I'm not like, I can't believe I fell asleep with my socks on. I'm like, dude, my feet are nice and toasty. That's how you get crusty socks.
I actually did not know, like, a sock can be crusty. When someone said, like, crusty socks, I actually did not understand
Oh, really?
what it meant.
What
Like,
enlightened you?
That never happened in my entire life.
Well,
Until I met Ryan. He came back from like a long airplane trip, and then he's like, "I'm tired," so I'm like, "Oh, it's okay. Like, I'll be a good wife, and you know, do like laundry for you and whatnot while you're sleeping." And like, legit, it was a new world to me. Like, his socks were like metal crispy. I was like, "What is this?" And like, I have never knew that.
dude,
would actually
Kate, I don't
happen.
know if you know what you're saying right now.
Well, no,
Yeah,
if,
this
you,
is
if, you
kinda-
wear, if you wear a sock like for a really long time or sweat into it, it will get a little crispy. But but that's not what Corey was talking
No,
about.
no.
Oh. I thought that's what you're talking about.
No, Corey's talking about something much. Well,
It's a cum
you know,
suck. It's a
Yeah.
cum suck, Kate.
Excuse me?
People need to learn how to let the memes like breathe for themselves. The crusty socks meme, the story is way funnier that the socks that I brought back from my trip were crusty because of the fact that I wore that shit for like 24 hours, went to bed, woke up 3 hours later, and then had to take 18 hours of flights to get home. My feet were sweating. I wore the socks for so long that they sweated, like dried, solidified, re-sweated. Like I was making like a tiramisu. There were like 10 different layers of like sweat that then dried. People were like, he came in the sock. The mid-cell, he came in his socks. And then the idiots and geniuses, I'm in one of those camps. It's funny because his socks were gross. In the middle, the mid-cell, he probably fucking jerked off in his socks. Yeah, I jerked off into my socks on an airplane bathroom. Who do you think I am? You? You know what my favorite safety message is? Is when you're on the airplane, the toilet says, please do not flush while you're sitting down on the toilet. Please stand up to flush. Which you just, I'm sure it's never happened, but it just conjures the image in your head of like someone being on the toilet and flushing and then getting sucked out the toilet and going, ah! My balls, my balls! Big Yellow Taxi by Counting Crows has to be their worst song. So Jay, I don't know where this came from, but you will be happy to know that that's a great flying fish, man. You'll be happy to know, I couldn't agree more. I hate covers to begin with most of the time. Because I always find that there's like, the most common cover reason is that people go, oh, that song's been out long enough that we could just redo it for modern audiences and change nothing. It'd just be like, hey, you know, that song, Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell, great song, but it's from the 70s. It's got all those clicks and hisses in the track. What if we had Adam Duritz and Vanessa Carlton just run one back without changing? Just make it a little bit worse and then put it on alt-rock radio? A good cover is Peter Pumpkinhead. Yeah, I couldn't agree. Jay, we're speaking the same language here. Peter Pumpkinhead, The Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead by XTC, a good song, a great song, I would say. But then, when the Crash Test Dummies do it, they put their own spin on it. They had a little, like, and just the lead singer, just to begin with, going, Peter Pumpkinhead, dance around. Plus, there was a good reason for it. The reason was that they needed something for the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. Anyway, I'm not saying all covers are horrible. Most covers are bad, in my opinion. When they transform it, like Johnny Cash transformed Hurt. It's not my favorite song, but it's a cover that has like validity, in my opinion. But then there's like Weezer covering Africa, which I just is like it's music bat chest to me. It's like I know this, I recognize this song, and now it's by a band that I like too. That was a meme. That went to like number 1. Number 1 on my list of songs never to listen to ever again. So you love the Behind Blue Eyes Limp Bizkit cover, right? I like the original. I don't like when The Who covered it. What the hell? It's the fastest 50-50 dog I've ever seen in my life. I just got shit on. Karma for your shit music take? Bro, you're really gonna stand up here and like go to bat for Weezer's cover of Africa and be like, that gives me... You feel like you have the moral high ground in this position? That's just madness. These are not controversial takes. What do you think is the most underrated single of all time? Like a song you hear on maybe like classic rock radio that people think is kind of mid, but actually it's like a 10 out of 10. I'm going to start, and we can... this is not necessarily my final opinion, but we'll start the conversation here. What about She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult? Bing, 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 bing. You know that one? That's a great song. And I could not name a second song by The Cult, but that one goes out of control. That one goes crazy. Spin Doctor's Two Princes. I mean, I don't dislike the song. I sing along when it comes on. I'm just saying, it's more like, it's a bit of a joke. It's probably one of my favorite rap songs, but it's a bit of a joke. Marcy's Playground, Sex and Candy. I don't want to make any enemies, Jay. I kind of consider that a meme song as well. But as long as we're talking about covers that have no reason to exist, Maroon 5 did do a cover of Sex and Candy, which, again, I just why? I would say, sure, I believe in a thing called Love by The Darkness. I would say that could be up there as, like, if you were doing, like, a top 20 radio songs of the 2000s, and that's not on there, I don't take your opinion seriously. Ooh, avocado next turn. Please bring me closer to dog. I looked down on 9 Inch Nails for a long time, and I'm not talking about my toenails. I think I just had, you know, I skipped the industrial music phase of growing up. I was the kind of guy who watched The Matrix. I didn't listen to it. And then I was straight up started reading Pitchfork. So I just like took all of my opinions from them in the mid-2000s. Now I'm getting introduced to all sorts of garbage music on the Peloton. I am here to tell you, 9 Inch Nails, not garbage music. I put on Closer in the car stereo the other day. I was in traffic and I needed to conjure up a little testosterone to start cutting people off. Don't even get me started. I saw somebody in chat say, everybody loves Today by the Smashing Pumpkins. Everybody loves 1979. Almost nobody talks about Cherub Rock. I'm with you. I think Cherub Rock, it might be one of the best songs of the 90s. You know, anyway, great song. Most underrated song of the 90s, though, Deluxe by Lush. It counts because it's the only shoegaze song that ever got a music video, as far as I know. I don't know how it played on the radio. I think it's about taking drugs and getting your ass ate. But it's an amazing song, either because of or in spite of that. There's no way My Bloody Valentine had some music videos, right? What would they even show? Like, at least Lush is like, you know, dung dung dun ticka ticka dum ticka ticka dum ticka ticka du. What is My Bloody Valentine gonna show? Them just staring at the floor, playing with their backs to the crowd, playing their guitar into a microphone that then goes into an amp that goes into another microphone that then goes into another amp. Sorry, I said about 12 words wrong in the sentence, but Lush by Deluxe will be the Lush Pretenders. That's what I've always said, that My Bloody Valentine are just... I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that Lush is just My Bloody Valentine for people who like hooks? I don't know. How do you feel about Big Empty by Stone Temple Pilots? Is that the one that goes, time to take her home, her dizzy head is combo shampoo. I like that song. That's part of Sam Yo's 30-minute 90s grunge ride. And it's one of the best parts. Thoughts on My Sharona? I mean, we're going through bits we've said 100 times before. One of the greatest underappreciated guitar, two of the greatest underappreciated guitar solos of all time. What's the best grunge song? Now that's a tough question. My personal take right now, it probably changes every 6 months. My pick for #1 best grunge song is Rooster by Alice in Chains. But I think that there's a ton of different possible answers. If I had to say best Pearl Jam song, I'd probably go Alive. If we had to say best Nirvana song, I don't know, man, that's tough. Maybe like, for me, it might be like Lithium. Better Man is not the best Pearl Jams. That's when Pearl Jam began. They eschewed the aesthetic of grunge and then just became a rock band, which is also fine. I also don't like the Pearl Jam song, what is it? Elderly Lady Behind the Counter of an Old Flower Shop. I just came to say hello. Maybe it's an L take. You can call it an L take if you want. I'm into Even Flow, I'm into Jeremy, I'm into Alive, I'm into Black. But then you gotta, first off, I think that either Black Hole Sun or Super Unknown for Soundgarden could be in the conversation as well. Do you vibe with math rock? Who's gonna tell him? So somebody wasn't here for the Slint phase, which is still ongoing and has been for 12 years. Anyway, we gotta play some damn games here. Just give me a second. You ever watch Glycerin by Bush at Woodstock '99? I wish God what I would have given to be at that concert / like pseudo prison riot. I don't really know what was going on at Woodstock '99, but none of it was good, I think. But I know almost no Bush. I know Speed Kills. That's about it. I know Machine Head. Yes, I also know Machine Head. When was your last Radiohead phase? Okay, don't be. I liked Radiohead. My last quote-unquote Radiohead phase would have been rated the release of In Rainbows. Best Flight of the Conchords song? It's a little too rapid fire for my taste right now. Best Flight of the Conchords song? I don't know, man. They're all... Humor music it ages badly because once you know all the jokes, it's got to rely just on the music. I think that Flight of the Conchords is one of the best amongst them, but still. Best Sesame Street feature? What's the guy's name? Friends with the Penguin by Billy. Only two names coming to mind. Billy Mitchell and Billy Graham. Neither one of them are the Billies in question here. It's not Billy Clinton. It's not Billy Eilish. Billy Porter! Thank you. It's not Billy Crudup, although that could go pretty hard too. Billy Joe Armstrong was the voice of somebody in Princess Mononoke? That can't possibly be true. Hey, did Kristen Bell sing her own songs in Frozen? Because if so, I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Veronica Mars? More like Veronica Bars. Holy cow. She's got quite the voice. I mean, it's hard to hold a candle to Idina Menzel, don't get me wrong, but still. I promise I wasn't just doing that joke to say Veronica Bars. That part just came to me as I was trying to find a way to, like, wrap it up. I was actually just impressed with their performance. The wickedly talented. It's so funny. I know it's like the oldest reference in the world now, but the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem. What was he thinking, man? For the first time in forever would have been the featured Oscar song in any movie that didn't have Let It Go. Honestly, my personal take, if we're ranking the songs from Frozen 1, I wouldn't have Let It Go at #1. Part of that is probably unfairly because I've heard it so much. It's been so overexposed. But can I tell you, I don't like for the first time in forever as much as some people, just because I find it very cheesy when they do the part where Idina Menzel is like, tell the guards to open up. And then they have like a half bar rest. And then you know she's summoning the energy to go, the gates. I hate that cheesy little half bar rest in there. I like, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, don't get me wrong, but I like Love is an Open Door for sure. I love the first song where they go, ah, we come from the land of the ice and snow and the gun Fixer Upper's pretty good. I'm not saying Frozen 1 is like, it's top tier cinema. I wouldn't go that far. But I would say that it's a above average Disney animated feature with a order of magnitude above average soundtrack. Tangled's got some bops. I know Jay's he's a big Tangle head. I See the Light, When Will My Life Begin? I'm a big believer in I've Got a Dream. Thor would like to quit and be a poet. Gunther does interior design. Wolf is into mine, Attila's cupcakes are sublime. Bruiser knits, killer sews, Sven does killer puppet shows. And Vladimir collects ceramic unicorns. They got a lot of cherries on this team. Now all they need is a Chica-Cola, and they've got Savage Garden's favorite recipe. -2. I know. Hold on, I'm still hip. I'm not hip, I'm dead. I don't even get the reference. You know, every time I get you in my place, I want to take you away to a place where we can play all day. And we can drink and we can drink and we can eat and we can drink and we can drink a chicken cherry cola. You don't know that one? That old chestnut? You don't know that? Dude, that was actually like a relatively good impression, which is the scary part. And then he goes, ooh, I want you, I don't know if I... That's they use that song in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Yet another reason to disrespect anime. It's garbage. You really fucked up the lyrics? Yeah, it's because I'm like a 34-year-old man. I don't know the lyrics to I Want You by Savage Garden. Nobody knows the lyrics to I Want You by Savage Garden unless they watch all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Everybody that was alive when it came out just knows the Chicken Cherry Cola part. It's Chicky Cherry Cola, by the way. Bro, being on JoJo, definitely the worst thing that's ever happened to Savage Garden. Used to make Savage Garden references in 2013, 2014, 2015. People would be like, oh, I remember that band. Now people are like, oh, you got the lyrics slightly wrong. Shut the fuck up. It's Savage Garden. They're pure ass. We have respect for them within the time period where they were contemporaneous, and now we're like moving past it. Yeah, you guys, are you getting Soundgarden and Savage Garden confused? Do you think they went from Spoon Man to Chicky Cherry Cola? We have lost, by the way. But if the run had worked, imagine. Imagine. I don't think he's heard of Sap2 Pippin. All I'm trying to say about Savage Garden, by the way, I'm not trying to cause any problems, but anybody that's like posting about how much they love Savage Garden definitely didn't live through the 5 years where every time you turn on the radio, you heard, I wanna stand with you on a mountain 3, 4. I wanna bathe, pause with you in the sea. If you had to live through that shit, you have trauma that you are still working through to this day. And that is why I insult them, okay? I love that song. Never make me a mixtape. That's all I'm gonna say. That was Savage Garden? What are you... It sounds exactly like Savage Garden. Let me be a crisp bit. It's the most Savage Garden sounding song. That's not like when people are like, hey, I really like that Dream On song. Who's it by? And you're like, Aerosmith. And they're like, yeah, okay, sure. Because Steven Tyler's using his real voice instead of his cool guy voice for once. That's like literally, that's just what they sound like. I have literally never heard a Savage Garden song. If you've never heard I Want to Stand With You in a Mountain, I Want to Bathe With You in a Sea, also known as Truly Madly Deeply Do, then you're probably right. You probably never heard any Savage Garden. But they have a couple more. They have, I want to live like an animal, careless and free, like an animal. Anyway, and they also have Truly Madly Deeply, also known as Chicky Cherry Cola. Every song you mentioned I've heard in the grocery store. This is absolutely grocery core. Savage Garden is one of the most grocery core bands of all time. It's like them and the Rembrandts. Who? They did the Friends theme song. Truly, madly, deeply, I hate it at weddings. I wasn't going to weddings when that song was big. In fact, I still haven't been to that many weddings. Just don't have that many friends. I think you can figure out why, by the way. But my most hated sappy song is definitely Amazed by Blue Rodeo. I don't know how you do what you do. I'm so in love with you. It just keeps getting better. Da-da, da-da, da-da. I forget the rest of the lyrics, but anyways, baby, I'm amazed by you. Lone Star, not Blue Rodeo. Sorry for the Blue Rodeo slander. That's Lone Star. NL, have you seen the Trump NFT digital cards? I mean, I got my spot on the whitelist, if that's what you're asking, but I don't know if they've done the mint yet, so I'm not sure if I'm really hoping to get a platinum, ruby, Photoshop Trump as Rocky with the boxing gloves. You've seen it. If not, I'll settle for a diamond. It's gray sweatpants season, but I don't know when the mint date is. So just keep me posted, please. My reaction when I get the 1 of 1 wrong NFT or the 1 of 5 no puppet, you're the puppet. Dude, I would purchase the rocket ships to nowhere Elon hate NFT. You can cancel me if you want. I would definitely buy that for sure. That's a piece of history that I want to own. I want my DNA all over that. Okay, I have 13 gold. Remember 13 Ghosts? That was a heck of a movie. Shannon Elizabeth. Tony Shalhoub. Tony Shalhoub wasn't in that. He's a serious actor. Go look it up. I'll wait. Ocean's 11, 12 Monkeys, 13 Ghosts. Most confusing movie I've ever watched. Sorry, most confusing trilogy. I screwed it up. They said it right. That's a good joke. I like that. That joke would kill with the millennial crowd, of which I am one. Sixpence, none the richer. Whatever happened? I at one point I knew their second song. Their first one is obviously "Kiss Me Beneath the Milky Twilight." What's their second? They had a second song briefly. There she goes. There she goes again. She calls my name. I saw that, and I just can't compare it. This feeling that we made. Dun, 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 dun. So true. So true. Why am I pogging to this song I've never heard? You've heard this song. Who would be in your Twitch boomer bands? Listen, I'm 34. I am old, but I'm not a boomer. We need to wait until millennials are boomers. Then you could... Oh, God, this bear is going to go ape shit on me. Because the most boomer band of all time is got to be, like... Journey is number one, without a doubt. And then probably after that, you're looking at, like, the Eagles, maybe. Would be my next expectation. AC/DC is up there for sure. Boston, yeah, but like pump the brakes, kid. Boston goes kind of hard. Boston kind of knows how to shred. So like if you could just chill out a little. Like I'm not just saying More Than a Feeling, but if we're talking about like Boston, they got some anyway, they go off, okay, is all I'm trying to say. I forgot what I was saying after that. Regardless, the most millennial bands of all time, I gotta think about it. It's definitely, in terms of millennials who listen to the radio, I feel like Pink has got to be up there. Weezer, dude, Weezer is definitely playing Millennicon, for sure. Weezer will be playing the old folks' home. They'll be playing casinos at mid-sized cities. They'll be touring arenas, but the audience will be sitting down. See, you guys are naming bands that are like, actually, like, you have to know more about music than the average person. People who are like Rilo Kiley. Listen, like 5% of the population knows who Rilo Kiley is. Death Cab for Cutie, for sure, a millennial band. That's definitely, they could play Millennicon. Coldplay could headline Millennicon as far as I know, as far as I care. Modest Mouse? You guys, again, you're digging too deep. Modest Mouse has one single. They're not an emblematic band for millennials. The Killers, though. The Killers for sure. Modest Mouse has multiple bangers? Yeah, like they're actually, up until about like 2006, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. The number of bangers they have is irrelevant to the number of millennials that are familiar with anything that they've done except for Float On. You're still thinking too small time, I think. The Postal Service is millennials? They have one album. What are you talking? We're clearly not in the same ballpark here. People are talking about like Maroon 5, Coldplay, Green Day, Weezer. You're like, hey, what about the two songs everybody knows off of Give Up? Like we're not in the same. We're talking past each other right now. I could definitely see Fall Out Boy being up there. Which NHL team has the worst goal song? I have no idea. I don't even know what ours is for the Canucks. Is it still so it used to be I'm Still Standing by Elton John, which is a fine song. And then at some point they pivoted to one where that just goes, hey, 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 da na 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 na, hey, hey, hey. It's horrible, but luckily I've been to 2 games this year and I've seen 7 goals against and 1 goal for. So it hasn't been a problem I've really had to deal with so far. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Bullet Ball the game or Bullet Ball Extreme? Bullet Ball, a 21st century sport, played on a uniquely designed tabletop court. It's easy to play, easy to catch. If you learn the game, you learn the task. Sorry, it's been a bit. Bullet ball, that's a bullet ball. Bullet ball. I can't get over the lyric. Bullet ball, a 21st century sport, semicolon, played on a uniquely designed tabletop court. As soon as you find yourself writing those bars, it's time to retire. Because it doesn't get any better. I'm just saying they could do whoever did Bullet Ball Extreme could also do like a track with Curtis Blow. They're evenly matched in the rap music department. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Brakes on a bus, brakes on a car, brakes that make you a superstar. You can break bread, you can break a fast, you could do whatever you want. These are the breaks. What a song. Dan got his Peloton. Dude, I'm so happy that maybe I'll have someone to be on the leaderboards with. Like, when I first started riding the bike around like November, December 2021, everybody on my friends list, which was 2 people at the time, was riding. Peloton country, let's ride. I'm stunned that we did okay there. I'll take my 5 wins and be happy. Then like slowly they just bled off. For the last 9 months, it's just been me riding every day. My dad riding 3 times a month, Dan riding never, and Corey has 6 lifetime rides. And Corey, I don't know if you're here, maybe you're streaming right now. Nothing is more insulting to me than the fact that you bought a Peloton, you have 6 lifetime rides. Like, I've gotten to the point, maybe it's toxic, maybe you would not do this, but I, like, once a month, I will send Corey, like, a message on Discord that says, like, maybe a delicious package, that says, like, Corey, ride your Peloton, and then the punchers emote, and then he always says, like, lol, I should, and I'm like, you piece. I'm excited because Dan, he's Mr. Consistency, and he's a little competitive. It'll be nice to have someone that, you know, like not compare numbers in like a negative way, but like compare numbers in a motivating way on the platform. Can chat add you on the Peloton? My profile's on private, and I'd say like once every 2 months, I just decline a random friend request, and oftentimes it is like a male in their mid-20s, and I'm like, it did something like data mining to figure out what my profile is and then send me a friend request, and then I'm just like, boop, decline. Get it? I'm in a great place with my exercise routine right now. I don't need people jumping into every ride that I do, going high five, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five. Hey, great ride today. Hey, whoa, cool. What, you had like 500 output on a 45-minute ride? That's cool. I remember when I used to, I had 700. I had 700 today. I had 715 today. No, thank you. That's what Dan's gonna do? Yeah, but I know Dan in real life, so it's like it's not as annoying. Yeah, I also don't want to, like, maybe I'm like sick one day or I'm not feeling it. People are like, oh, hey, NL, no ride today. You feeling okay? You didn't do your usual 45-minute Ally Love Jagged Little Pill ride. What happened? Yeah, exactly. I don't want to put that evil on myself. Hey, NL, why? Oh, you did the 10-minute post-workout stretch with Hannah Corbin again, I see. Personally, I prefer the Ben Aldis ones. Because I like to hear him say, mate, you're crushing this workout every 45 seconds, even though he has no idea who I am. I'm just trying to keep like a healthy work-life balance, okay? You can add me on Peloton. My name is, as you predicted, my name is Dwarf Fortress Enjoyer 2021. My name is Let's Go Bucks, mother of 7. It's more easy to find me by the tags that I ride with. You can find me riding under the how are you gonna say? This is looping back to a previous bit, which is people go way too wild on their Peloton names and tags. Name will be like, I ride for Chardonnay. Their number one hashtag will be like Blue Lives Matter. And I'm like, I'm just so confused about what... I know too much about you for somebody who is like, I'm just riding my bike next to you. That's not even like, that's fictionalized, but it's based on extreme reality. It's fictionalized, but it's based. You could say, I'm not going to say it. There are a lot, honestly, like, I feel like, I don't really care, I guess is the first thing I should say. But I feel like Peloton instructors should stop calling out names that are like, I ride for beer, hashtag beers after, will ride for wine. Because I'm getting on the damn bike at like 6:45 in the fucking morning. I'm just trying to mind my own business. Like every third name that they shout out. So usually there's like if someone's a doctor, they put their profession in their name. Dr. Peloton, 64. Podiatrist on Pelo. And then the middle third of names is Gen X men who are named after a movie character. I am your Huckleberry, Doc Holliday, hashtag whiskey after, you know? But then the other one is all like, will ride for Chardonnay. And I'm like, I'm just over it, man. Yeah, Peloton, Bateman, Patrick Bikeman, riding so I don't go crazy. This is my me time. Like, you could do hours of just Peloton username scrolling and you would laugh like every 10 seconds. What's worse, the Mordhau community or the Peloton community? Probably the Mordhau community for sure. You don't see too many people on the Peloton that seem to actually believe that life was better in like the Middle Ages. In my opinion, we absolutely have to get macaque out here. Sorry. Just thought about the phrasing on that. Normally I do the phrasing on purpose. That time was an accident. My uncle took me to see Scary Movie in theaters when I was 10. He thought it was a horror movie. Well, there is horror movie elements. How did he react when Bobby finally has an orgasm and he shoots so much semen that it causes Cindy to be splattered and stuck to the ceiling? Huh? I didn't write Scary Movie. That's a thing that happens in Scary Movie. Like, don't hum me. That's Scary Movie 2? No, it is not Scary Movie 2. That's Scary Movie 1. Bobby's not in Scary Movie 2 because he dies at the end of Scary Movie 1. That's 2? It's definitely not 2. You're so wrong. Oh my God. Dude, Scary Movie 1 is when we're introduced to Cindy. Cindy and Bobby are in a relationship. He's trying to pressure her into having intercourse. She doesn't want to have intercourse, okay? Then at the end of the movie, they have an awakening and then they have intercourse. The joke is that he has been backed up for so long that he has such turgor pressure, it sticks her to the ceiling. Scary Movie 2 takes place. It's like a spoof of House on Haunted Hill. A bunch of kids that are college students a professor has them do a project where they stay overnight in like an old mansion. Bobby's not even in that movie. Cindy's interest in that movie is not Bobby. It's one of the Masterson brothers. It's not Hyde, but it's the other one, the one that played Francis on Malcolm in the Middle. In that movie, and this is where there might be some confusion. In that movie, they get locked inside of a freezer, and he convinces her to perform manual stimulation until climax because he says, "I'm so cold, please warm me up." And then she probably, now that I think about it, she probably does get stuck. I don't know if she gets stuck to the ceiling. She might just get stuck against the door with like the glass window on it. But that's not Bobby. I said Bobby when I did the bit the first time. You're right, and I'm sorry. Okay, are you freaking sorry? You better be. Bobby's Scary Movie 1. I don't remember the name of the older Malcolm in the Middle's brother character in Scary Movie 2. All I remember is that when he meets Cindy, he says, "What are you reading?" And then she holds up her book, and it's Harry Pothead. And he's smoking, it's Harry Potter, but he's holding a bong. Dude, that's when I knew that this was like top tier American cinema. Is Scary Movie 2 the movie where the plant smokes weed? No, okay, you don't know what the hell, you guys are so out of your depth. In Scary Movie 2, paranormal spirits start to possess the objects in the house. But the plant doesn't smoke weed. The plant is weed, and it smokes Shorty. It rolls Shorty up in a joint, and then the plant smokes him. And then he says, "Help me, help me." And then he says, wait, don't help me. I'm getting high as a motherfucker. You gotta go. You're not talking about things you don't understand, okay? You're writing checks with your mouth that your ass can't cash, okay? Don't come in here and tell me things about Scary Movie. Don't spread misinformation about Scary Movie in my chat. At least, like, Scary Movie 1 and 2, I can play them through in my head. Scary Movie 3, 4, and 5, I get a little fuzzy on. 4 is the one with aliens. Bro, 3 is Signs. 3 is the Signs parody. You can get confused pretty easily, though. There are like 7 scary movies where they fight Michael Jackson. 4 is War of the Worlds. Yeah, 3 is Signs with Charlie Sheen and Leslie Nielsen. They should put humans in SAP. Dude, I think it'd be sick if they just put like a caveman in SAP. Or yeah, just call him Dave. That's such a good idea. New patch notes. We've added Dave to the game. You know what would be amazing? If it leveraged humans' greatest asset, our brains, and like when you sold Dave, wait, maybe we should think of, we're leaders to kings. No, but like when Dave allows you to see into the future and see your next shop. So you could use Dave to help you plan your next shop. No, that's maybe a little too far. All right, fair enough. I would love to get level 3 Dave in this game. You got to make it like real humanity. Like what if you had Dave just work like a macaque, okay? So the way that it worked, level 1 Dave just has his fists, and then level 2 Dave has like a musket. So it adds like every time he shoots, he does 8 damage. He does his attack damage with the musket and then moves to the back to reload. And then at level 3, he gets a drone strike. It does 50 damage to the front unit before attack every time. Yeah, or like fist sword gun or something like that. Can you explain how Newfoundland became part of Canada? I think they were just like chilling up there on the island. And then like in the 50s, the Canadian government was like, hey, you guys should vote on whether you want to be a part of Canada or not. And then I think it was like it was pretty close. I think it was like a 53 to 47 or something like that. And then we were like, we got you. And the rest is history. I'm from there. That's about it. A lot of people don't know in 1995, Quebec had a referendum about whether they should secede from Canada. And the result was 50.1% stay with Canada, 49.9% secede. Imagine if one person voted in the other direction. Who knows what could have happened? We had 2. Yeah, but then in the second one, I think like they got blown out, relatively speaking. That was 1995, not 1985, but close enough. Yeah, I said 1995. So no problem. You don't need to apologize for your mistake. Don't worry, I got it. All my Canadian history knowledge comes from your stream. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's not bad because, like most people living outside of Canada probably have next to no Canadian history knowledge. And to be honest, like, why should they? Like, not everybody in every country on Earth needs to know the history of every other country on Earth and how it came to be. That's like, it's exhausting. Like, I know Canadian history, American history, some European history. That's about it, honestly. I don't know shit about, like, New Zealand. I'm assuming there were some people there that were just, like, chilling. And then some other people came over and were like, we're chilling now. And then there was, like, yada, yada, yada. Now we all live in, like, peace and harmony. That's about as much as I know. How about Sweden? Yeah, I know all about the Kalmar Union and the Vasa and Carolus Linnaeus, the Lionheart, or whatever his name is. I do know some Canadian history. Honestly, it's an amazing museum. I'm not saying this just to get some humor, because it's not that funny. But if you go to the Korean War Museum, it's actually like one of the most sobering museums I've ever been to, because it's not just the history of the Korean War. It's a history of war throughout Korean history. I know it's strange phrasing. And literally, like, as you walk through the museum, you realize this is basically just like the country was like minding its business and then got invaded by China. And then minding its own business, and then it got invaded by Japan. Then minding its own business, then it got invaded by Mongolia. Minding its own business, here comes Japan again. Minding its own business, here comes China again. Minding its own business, here comes Mongolia again. It's just like the history of the country is like 30 years of peace followed by like 100 years of hostile occupation. It's eye-opening. You ever think you'll get famous enough that you start Wahlberg posting unironically? So is Wahlberg posting, like, even though you're, like, extremely wealthy and successful, that's when you make Instagram posts that are like, they never wanted me to succeed and stuff like that? No, I don't think so. It's insane to me that Mark Wahlberg has so little self-awareness that he has a show on HBO about being, like, an entrepreneur. You're not an entrepreneur. You're, like, not to be... I'm not saying that means, like... What I'm trying to say is it makes him a lot... It's a lot easier for Mark Wahlberg to start a business because he's already independently wealthy. So the idea that it's like, yes, I've summited to the top of the music industry in the late 80s and also as an actor in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. But I'm starting from zero as an entrepreneur, leveraging my own unpaid labor as a marketer in order to launch a brand of apparel. I'm like, when a celebrity launches a brand of apparel, it is not like they're not starting a business. They're adding an income stream. Like, it's two different things. That's just, I would love to know your thoughts on this. I'm not a Mark Wahlberg hater, except for like the hate crimes, but you know, like, crime. It's more just like the show is not realistic. Like the idea that, oh, there's two. Okay, crimes. But it's like, I can't buy Mark Wahlberg as like a plucky business underdog. Because I'm like, bitch, you were in The Departed. You're in like 4 Transformers movies. Mark Wahlberg will never sell as many jackets as Summit Ice. That's... Listen, but who amongst us... You don't have to sell as many jackets as Summit Ice to be successful, you know? Like, you could just... I'm not saying he's ever going to outsell Moose Knuckle or anything, but... Do you guys have Moose Knuckle in the US, or is that a Canada-only thing? Whisper words of wisdom, let us meet. Dude, that's pretty sick with it. Let us meet, let us meet. Let us meet, let us meet. There must be some lettuce meet. What's your favorite Beatles lyric? Are you into like, when I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide. Then I get to the bottom and I go for a ride. Till I get to the bottom, then I see you again. Hey Jude? The song or when he literally says, "Hey Jude"? What's your favorite part? I honestly, I think they got some great lyrics. Like Paul McCartney was on a different wavelength when he said, "Don't you know that it's a fool? Hey Jude, that's cool." by making his... Don't you know that it's a fool? Hey Jude, that's cool by making his world a little colder. Have you ever had a dream that you wanted to... So that you could do anything? Ringo kind of went off with Octopus's Garden. Yeah, it went off the path of good songwriting. We would be so happy, you and me, in an octopus's garden under the sea. Da-dun, dun, dun. We lost. How is that possible? Take that back? I mean, okay, first off, we got 3 wins. I got nothing against Octopus's Garden, but let's not talk about it as if it's like it's top tier songwriting. Best Ringo song? Get by with a little help from my friends, for sure. -2, +2, +2, -2, -2. Dude, listen, it's better than Octopus's Garden. Come on. Paul wrote that? Yeah, but Ringo sang it. Golden Slumbers in to carry that weight. Hold on, hold on. Do I have to put some respect on Ringo's name? Did Ringo write Golden Slumbers? I thought that had Paul's DNA all over it. Paul loves the dunky, dunky, dunky. And then when he gets into the soul voice, Golden Slum. He loves doing that stuff. We're best friends, by the way. Dude, that could be a tweet that goes off. Paul McCartney watching the World Cup, and then you just have it be like a 5-second lead up to when he says Golden Slumbers, but then cut it right when he says he finishes goal. It could actually completely work. Just like the one that's like, hey, here's Billy Corgan on the roller coaster. It would work. One of the funniest vids. It's a classic, man. You meant Freddie Mercury? What are you talking? You don't even know, like... Just sane people in chat. Do you see what I have to deal with all day? It's not enough to be corrected by people who are right when you're wrong. To be corrected constantly by people who are wrong when you're right, it's madness, man. It'll drive you up the damn wall. So you're getting hyper-corrected by people that are like, actually, it's not octopodes, it's octopi. Actually, in fucking 1703, they said that you can say octopuses, octopi, or octopodes, and they'd all be okay. Well, I didn't know that. Sorry for wasting both of our time with this meaningless argument. Just shut up and pog, man. They don't know that it's actually octopi. We all, the dancing at the party, we all know. It's all you talk about. They said a lot of wrong stuff back then. What are you talking about? When they said, like, prithee, be careful? Yeah, I say we get rid of all the fucked up... Like, I think, and this is a bit we've done 10,000 times before, but I really do believe... Who are you, someone with a high school education, to tell me that your model of how to speak English is right and mine is wrong? Maybe I'm just doing it the way it ain't ever been done before. Catch your ass back in the 1600s be like, oh, I don't use apostrophes. I use proper English. Taking out a fucking huge-ass quill. You could draw... You're writing a letter. The first letter that you write in the letter takes up 90% of the real estate. Deer. Like, who cares? Why can't we say there were 6 deers? Why? Every time you say 6 deers... Somebody's got to be like, actually, it's 6 deer. Yeah, but actually, it was 6 deers. Why is that not an acceptable pluralization? Why can't you say gooses? It sounds wrong. Because you were told that it was wrong. You gotta get down and get back here. Why can't you just say it correctly? Because it's filling your head with all this arbitrary rule set that doesn't make a difference. It's like in computer programming, that they had like special cases like that. It would be so annoying. You'd be like, oh, actually, if you're going to make a for loop that ends on an odd number, you have to type for odd. Why would you, that would never fly in my first year Java class, let me tell you. Who was it that needed a job in 1603? That was like, my job is choosing which words it's okay to add an S to and which ones it isn't. It doesn't make any sense. Gooses, deers. Why not? Who says no? Wahlbergs. Yeah, why did they become the Wahlburgers? I don't understand. It's decided by Bjarne. Dude, honestly, English would be a lot better if it was decided by Bjarne Schaarstrup, okay? You don't even know. That's the most messed up thing about it. This is a grade school argument. Do you really want to stand with the booger eaters? Excuse me, you just used a grade school argumentation tactic. That's called an ad hominem attack, Buster. A lot of little kids also think that chocolate milk is delicious. You're gonna go ahead and say, oh, chocolate milk's not delicious because those kids also eat their own boogers? I thought you were anti-milk. I am, but I know you booger eaters are like huge into it, so I thought I would just appeal to you. Appeal to your juvenile nature. Any insane takes today? This is the most insane take that I've had today, which is that there should be no proper pluralization or improper pluralization. You should just always be able to add an S to the end of a noun in order to describe a group of that noun. How about irregular words? I think irregular words are a made-up construct to make Merriam-Webster more money. I'm finally seeing through the damn looking glass. Can't wait for the manifesto. Did you know that the Unabomber put out a book like last year? That man has not been reformed by prison in the slightest. He's sitting in Supermax. He wrote a book that was like, basically the title of the book is like, I hate computers. I still hate computers. What's the Andy Daly bit when he's the cowboy on Comedy Bang Bang? Don't spit on my hat and tell me it's raining. Yet another annal of wisdom from a life lived, comma, as the West's leading poet laureate. He's based, Dalton, I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that the Unabomber is too, I lost confidence in myself. I lost confidence in the bit. Let's back it up. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. It happens. It happens now and then. Who's your favorite Enlightenment era philosopher? DAE Sir Thomas More, because he's referenced in the Shins song So Says I. How about Thomas Less? Dude, that would have crushed in the House of Lords in like the 1700s. Sir Thomas More's up there talking about how he's coming up with the idea for utopia. And you're like, I think I speak for my fellow caucus members when I say, how about Thomas Less? Sir Thomas Less. Go back to your DeNiro. Dude, I can only do the DeNiro face, like, I don't know, I gotta be like dehydrated or something to do it. I can't figure out how to get myself to do it. Because it's something like, I can't do it. You milking me, fucker? See, I thought I was milking you, but it turns out you're milking me, you motherfucker. Something like that. All I know is that he's not in the circle of trust. By the way, where do you stand on that movie? If you were Robert De Niro and Meet the Parents, would you let Greg Fokker into your circle of trust? I think I would. He seems like a nice guy. I think it's kind of messed up that they look down on him because he's a male nurse, especially because he did well on the MCATs. As they proved, like, okay, he does. No, listen, he does not kill Jinxie, okay? He does not kill Jinxie. He's looking after Jinxie, and then Jinxie escapes, and he can't find Jinxie, so he goes to the cat shelter and gets a similar looking cat and paints a stripe on it. And then later, the cat has the paint comes off, and that was on. Okay, he should not have done that shit, okay? But that was not like, it wasn't like that came out of nowhere. It wasn't like it was unprompted. He had been pushed to the limits of reasonability as a man prior to that moment to begin with. I'm not saying, there's two sides to every story. By not welcoming him into the circle of trust to begin with and antagonizing him and subtly undermining him, even in front of his own spouse, Robert De Niro put Greg Fokker in a situation where he was on the back foot. And when you make someone desperate like that, you know, they're stressed out, they're anxious, they're going to make bad decisions sometimes. The real villain is his fiance? Excuse me. His fiance confronts her father later in the movie and says, hey, Dad, stop being a freaking bozo. He wasn't on the back foot when he made a bomb threat. Excuse me, Greg Fokker did not make a bomb threat. He said, oh, I'm on a plane, I can't say bomb, 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 ba, ba, bomb, ba, 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 bomb. That's not a bomb threat. He's just saying bomb a lot. No, it's not a bomb promise. It's just, it's just nothing. He's just saying a word. And apparently, there's just some words you can't say on an airplane, like deers. If you say deers, everyone will be like, oh, actually, it's deer, and you're under arrest. So I'm literally just scrolling through my email inbox while on stream. Oh, man. Now that's my kind of content. What do we got? What do we even do when we got like 2 minutes left in the stream? Go look up the worst shows of 2022 on Metacritic. Keep Breathing on Netflix. First Kill on Netflix. The Pentaveret? Yeah, okay, that checks out. Pentaveret, 8th worst show of 2022. The fact that there are 7 worse than that is kind of crazy. The Come Up on Freeform. Monarch on Fox. The Calling on Peacock. How did they make so many shows I've never even heard of? The Terminal List on Prime Video. I'm just going to say it. I want to support Chris Pratt simply because everybody hates him so much, but he's just not a good actor. I don't want him to suffer like in real life. But he's just such a a boring actor who adds like nothing to anything he's in. He's good in Parks and Rec, and then maybe also the Lego Movie, and he's in Moneyball, so I'll give him some credit. Like anything where he's the star, I'll still see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 at some point for sure. But Hard Sell on Netflix, okay, never even heard of it. Last Light on Peacock, still never heard of it. Critics appreciated how short the series is. Oh, dude, I gotta watch this. Number 1 worst show of 2022, The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On. We recommend Moving On. Described as ugly and sadistic by the press, not words that you see every day in TV reviews. Netflix's latest dating series from the creators of Love is Blind finds producers attempting to split up engaged couples on the cusp of marriage by repairing all the participants in multi-week experiments. Does that mean one member of a couple must watch their fiancé date and flirt with somebody else for days on end? Yes, it does, and not even in the presence of hosts Nick and Vanessa Lachey can put a friendly face on the proceedings. As the headline in the Guardian's review put it, this is reality TV so bad you will pray for the accelerated heat death of the universe. This one was just a 2-word review. It says, shit sandwich. That's not real. They can't print that. I gotta see that. It's the best reality TV show of the year, hands down. I gotta watch some more garbage, man. How about 2022's best debut albums? Coffee, not familiar with that one. Versions of Modern Performance by Horse Girl, haven't seen that one yet. Reset by Panda Bear. Excuse me, Panda Bear is not a debut album. Pitch Perfect, Person Pitch came out in like 2006. Cheat Codes by Danger Mouse. Excuse me, Danger Mouse has been around for 30 years. Whatever the Weather by Whatever the Weather. Frank by Fly Anakin. You Belong There by Daniel Rawson. Hold on, we're almost there. Nymph by Shy Girl. Visions of Brown by Tub Girl. When are they going to put Tub Girl in the Library of Congress? If My Wife Knew I'd Be Dead by CMAT. The CMAT Gamer. A Light for Attracting Attention by The Smile. Wet Leg by Wet Leg. And the number 1 debut album of the year, I Love You Jennifer B by Jockstrap. Wet Leg goes hard. Wet Leg's actually good. Jockstrap's great too. I mean, they got good. It's got 89 on Metacritic. That's no joke. Is it better than Asia? Dude, let me see what Asia's got on Metacritic. They must have done a re-release at some point. You know what pisses me off, by the way? Hey, you know what's bullshit? When a classic album comes out, every reviewer goes like, this is an 8. This is a 9. This is a 7.5. This is an 8. This is a 4-star. This is a 4.5 star. This is an 8.5. Then, like 20 years later, they do a re-release, and then everybody gives it a 10. That's not fair. You're not responding to the music. You're responding to the way that the music has aged over time and the response to it. You know you can't come out with the fucking review of Michael Jackson's Thriller in the 2010 remake or remix or remaster that's like, I'm going to give it a 7. You're not going to be the website that comes out with a 7 review of Thriller. It's too easy. Shit pisses me off, man. Why not? Well, because it deserves a 10. I'm just saying they shouldn't review the remaster. I know it's getting a 10. Nothing can be a classic at release. Excuse me. To Pimp a Butterfly was a classic at release. Everybody knew the album was important. It didn't need time to go by. Songs About Jane by Maroon 5. Look, we don't have to go there. Let me just see if my wife's ready to stream. Let me see. Hello. Are you ready to stream? Smiley face. Do you not like Songs About Jane? I mean, I think that Maroon 5's This Love is okay. I wouldn't turn the radio if it came on. She Will Be Loved, I would turn the radio. Sunday morning, I would crank up the volume and then put a brick on my gas pedal and do a controlled roll out of the driver's side door, watch my car careen off of the bridge and explode on the asphalt below. What about God Shuffled His Feet by the Crash Test Dummies? Now we're talking. They call them digits, but technically they're known as the phalange. Bet I've had many nightmares about the dead day. Whatever happened to the Crash Test Dummies? That's something we could look up here. Crash Test Dummies. Crash Test Dummies on Wikipedia. Full band reunion and nostalgia tour 2017 to present. In the fall of 2018, it was announced that they would be going on their first full tour of Canada and the United States in nearly 2 decades. The band continued to tour throughout 2022 in celebration of the 30th anniversary of their first album, The Ghosts That Haunt Me. Classic album. That's got it's got Superman's song on it. Superman Never Made Any Money, Saving the World from Solomon Grundy. It's got Androgynous. It's a cover of a Replacement song. I got to check out their tour. I got to see if they're playing any dates in Port Coquitlam. Here's the article. Superman never made any money, but the Crash Test Dummies will play Kelowna. What the hell does that mean? It's one of the most meaningless headlines I've ever heard. Crash Test Dummies will play the Kelowna Community Theater August 26th. That's the whole article. Do they have a website? CrashTestDummies.com. Can I see are you touring? Okay, I want to see Canadian tour dates. There's none? Bro, this is so sad. I'm so sorry to say this. This band used to be huge. Why the heck are they playing Derry, New Hampshire at the Tupelo Music Hall on February 16th, 2023? Why are they playing Kent, Ohio? Like they're not playing Cincinnati or Cleveland or Columbus or Dayton. They're playing Kent, Carmel, Indiana, Red Bank, New Jersey. Hold on, I gotta see their tour dates, man. There's no way they couldn't have cut. Dude, if the Crash Test Dummies came to Vancouver, they could at least play at like Fox Cabaret or something. I'm not saying they get the Queen Elizabeth Theater, but like, come on. I would like to use their contact page. I would like to go to the Crash Test Dummies store. I can't buy any of their good albums on the Crash Test Dummies store? This is madness. Follow the Crash Test Dummies on Twitter. Okay, I'm going to follow them on Twitter real quick. Crash Test Dummies just posted a photo. Dude, this is so sad. It's like an art graveyard. Anyway, I'll send you over to Kate's stream. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night, and I'll see you then. Later. You get a badge in the chat to identify ya. You're my subscribers. Thanks for 72 months. Thank you for the gift subs. Thank you for the bitch. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the tips. Come over to my place, baby, you're a wreck. That's an original.